So when it comes to embracing, I will never lie to you. Ghanaians, they love our comedy. They love what we do. But just that our love is not too loud. So as I say, yenye ebimu a yeka say to say Nigeria say Nigerian will steal a content from a Ghanaian, and then his own Nigerians will fight for him.
That's true.
You go and talk about it, the whole Nigeria, come up for that now your papa content.
Welcome to Ray Talks Podcast, a podcast that reflects on the global Ghanaian society, the people and their lifestyle. With your host, Raymond. We are happy to have you join us. Hello and welcome back to the Ray Talks Podcast. This is yet another episode. I'm here with my right-hand person, Miss Maya, and then comedian Waris. I will let them introduce themselves. Miss Maya, please, for the sake of those who are new, can you please introduce yourself again?
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Maya. I'm based in UK. I'm Ray's right-hand person.
Thank you.
Put
Thank
me
you.
on.
Okay, so we have comedian Waris here. He's an actor, he's a comedian, a comic actor. Yeah. So you're all welcome.
Thank you, Ray.
Great. So like I said, today is yet another episode, and today we've decided to talk about comedy industry. It's rather unfortunate Angel's network is not stable. Yeah. But then we will continue. Okay. So it's of no surprise that I have a comedian here in the person of comedian Waris. Yeah. Like he said earlier, he's done lots of works all across the social media platforms. You can find some of his works there. Okay. Waris, you're welcome again.
Bro, thank you very much.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna go with you. You are into comedy, like we all know. One thing I have been asking myself, the comedy itself, how has it evolved over the years? Does it really pay?
Yeah, comedy pays. Good evening to you and your right-hand woman, and everybody who's listening to me. Everybody who would also watch me after here on any other platform. Comedy is a very good business, and we see it as business. You get entertained, you get served. Like a chef, when you cook, you are cooking, and you are seeing it as feeding people, but they see it as buying, paying. You understand? So comedy pays a lot. Comedy has grown from one point to another. We started comedy in Ghana from the Santo time when they were doing something we call slapsticks, where when you say okoto form na abog bang or nante na abog bang, to the gentle comedy where you don't have to put powders on your face. You need to learn the formula, understand how to make people happy within the shortest possible time. It's either with being a stand-up comedian or doing a sketch comedy or skit comedy. So I think it's past time. Like I had a recent interview when I was telling someone that it's past time when they stop asking if comedy pays, because right now you can see a lot of people trying to get into comedy, trying to do a lot with comedy. If you are watching and you also don't believe comedy pays, comedy does. It does. Like a single gig can get you there when you are very solid or you are good. There are so many evidence. We are not here to tell you it pays for you to get inside and then feel like it doesn't. It has. So yeah.
Interesting. Miss Maya, do you follow comedy?
Not really.
Okay. You don't have comedians in the UK?
We do, but I'm not into comedy like that. If I happen to bump onto the skits on YouTube or anywhere, I watch it, but I don't really follow comedy like that.
Okay. So comedian, I see you doing stand-up comedy. I watched recently one that you were talking about a Ghana man proposing to a Ghana woman and then saying, being like the Ghana men or the Ghana women, they are not romantic, something like that. I forgot the motive. And I've also seen you in several skits with Franca and stuff like that. With the stand-up comedy and the skits that you do, in comparison, which one do you think people love?
Well, I both of them, people love them. It's just a strategy as a comedian. I think if you are coming up as a comedian, you know you can win when you want to. If you are not smart enough, you stay wherever you are. Coming up as a comedian, I was doing stand-up only. And then it got to a point I realized that the Nigerians are using strategy. They do skits when they go viral and people embrace them. The moment they do stand-up, you see them on stage, you remember their skits and then you start to smile even before they drop a joke. So I'll say stand-up comedy and skits, they go hand in hand. Comedy is very broad. Comedy, whether they like it or not, comedy is broad and bigger than music. And comedy is way, 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 way gone. More than music. Just that we don't have that superstar like Sarkodie, superstar like comedy Sarkodie, you understand? But when you look at December or along the during the year, we do comedy more than even music. Every weekend, Ebo White does comedy, KSM does comedy, OB does comedy, Lexi does comedy. Even these vows, the comedians are performing all over. Wherever you see music, a comedian is an MC. And so I feel like it's not about which one of the comedy, genres is actually making me or giving me the waves. I feel like which one of them or both of them is actually helping me to push the country ahead in terms of comedy. At least when you open up in the country, you know that there are comedians who are doing content and there are comedians who are also doing stand-up comedy. I'm just fortunate to be someone who is able to handle both of them together.
Yeah, I think that's nice. It's actually nice that you put those two hand in hand. And yeah, I think I follow comedy. And so being it stand up, being it skits or whatever, I'm into it. Yeah. You made mention of Nigeria. Do you think to some extent we mimic Nigerians in what they do with comedy?
We have a problem as Ghanaians. We think we see everything that we do and then we do research back and then we trace it back to Nigeria. But Nigerians are learning from other people. Nigerians are learning from South Africa, from UK. But we just make it like we Kusian or Nigeria and Kusian or Nigeria. No one is as popular as Trevor Noah. No one is as popular as the Benny Mac, the Cat Williams, and all of them. Why are you not saying that Nigerians are also copying it from Americans or South Africans? You understand? But I love the fact that lately, when it comes to comedy, we are being contrasted with Nigerians. At least it makes you feel like we are valid enough to be compared with some other people. Do you understand? So what I feel about myself is that I'm very confident. I'm very confident. And anytime I do something, I say God is doing it, which is of course me, but I'm God's eye. So I don't fear competition when it comes to that part. When you give me the platform, I'll push it up. We can also learn from Nigerians. Nigerians can also learn from us.
Interesting. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there are most people that are like, Ghanaians, we are not funny. even these Nigerians, when you see on social media platforms, they're like, yeah, they want to copy our pidgin. They are not able to copy our pidgin, and so they are not funny and stuff like that. That's actually why I asked that question. Yeah.
Well, it's very good. It's a very good conversation when people say that we want to mimic or learn their pidgin. Do you understand? Anything that works for you, bro, you have to go. You see, what people don't understand about comedy or content is that whenever we drop a content, I'm dropping it, of course, not because maybe I've not been able to evaluate it, but every content I drop gives me money, whether you like it or not, whether you give me engagement or not. So I think less of people who have to give me engagement by I can drop 10 content and they are lit, and I'll drop one content that is bad. You talk about it and raise my engagement, and who knows, that video might even give me the highest money per month. And then I'll come back, I'll give you the content. What do we call content? What do we call a skit? Anything, even if you film your room and you post it, it's a content.
Yeah.
You understand? However you see it, if you have 3 people, 4 people saying that is funny, fine. People have moods. People have what actually makes them happy, and people have what does not make them happy. To me, there was a time Steve Harvey posted that who is the comedian that cracks the jokes and then you don't laugh. Even Steve Harvey, his post, even him, his name was under it.
I see.
Do you understand? That means everybody has their own preferences. Somebody might like me. Somebody might never see Kelvin Hart to be funny. Somebody might never ever see Trevor to be funny. Do you understand? So it's variations. It's comedy. Ebi anam besa meka helicopter asem. Ebi anam Ghana ni bi ontina helicopter muda. Ontina plane muda. Ebi anam besa meka me experience at a port. If the person has not had that experience, obviously, it's not something that he will find humor in. Do you understand? So I really love the fact that there are times we do content, they love it. I would even be, I can send you screenshots of it. We do content, original content, we post it. Ghanaians are those who are actually, they don't find it happy or funny. But you see the same Nigerians copy the same content and do it, and you see them under it. So when you look at all of that kind of vibe, it will break you.
Yeah.
But the best way is to also follow your vibe, do your own thing. Once it fits you, it's okay.
You know, I was going to ask you how you think Ghanaians are embracing it, like the comedy, and then you just said,
"Oh, I'm embracing it." That one there, I can't lie about it. I know a lot of, you see, because of the way I said it's variations. I have people that they are in abroad. They are just friends. We talk. They see content. They laugh at it. They support it. Sometimes I've even had a call membership where they call me and then they try to support it financially. That this your project say, your skit say, you see. That should tell you that they have hope in it. They believe in it. They know that Ghanaians are also pushing. And yes, they are giving you any sympathy thing. Do you understand? So when it comes to embracing, I will never lie to you. Ghanaians, they love our comedy. They love what we do. But just that our love is not too loud. So I say, to say Nigeria, say, Nigerian will steal a content from a Ghanaian, and then his own Nigerians will fight for him.
That's true.
You go and talk about it, the whole Nigeria, come up for that, now your papa content, you will fight with you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But a Ghanaian, 3 days ago, I went to a mart, I was shopping. When I was shopping, gentleman, we were dimetia, or person can't say me. Uncle Jina Bonting, me piano no say, hey, TikTok boy, how are you? And then I turned to you and I was like, yo, I'm not a TikTok boy. That part of it, I came back home. I've eaten as much as I told the person I'm not a TikTok boy. I sat down and I was like, I defended my brand. You understand? You can't call me TikTok boy. I'm not a TikTok boy. Do you understand? I don't mimic. I don't do anything. I post correct content. And even to call me a boy in public. Now, what does it have to do with this conversation? We have a way that we position our people. Yeah, no, three things. A Ghanaian will see you. It's either he will feel envious of you and feel like he should oppress you or make you feel bad about yourself, or he will see you and then he will never approach you, but he will read you through how you are going, and then he will go and talk bad about you. Or a Ghanaian who will see you, the moment he sees you, he begins to judge you that, oh, hey, onika, onise, onida. But go to Nigeria, the moment they see you, me, I've been to Nigeria several times. I get to the airport and I'm even getting passes because, oh, let me check you. Okay, let me check you. Let's go. You get to a point in Ghana, they want to, they want
to tell you that.
You understand? So these are things that I've been in the industry for 13 good years. There are things that they don't actually encourage. I built my walls so strong about it. So when it comes to Ghana and Nigeria, there are certain things you should be hearing them and be tired of them and be asking yourself one question. Ghana and Nigeria has the biggest fan base or audience. But let me tell you, there is something about social media. Social media has no boundary, no country. If you make a video and it's 50 billion and you are in a country which population is 2 million, does it mean that it's only Ghana who watched it?
No.
So, of course, it's not. There's no restriction. You need to be able to say restriction as of now in this country when it comes to content. Yeah. So as I say, therefore, it is us how we embrace the thing. About content. My biggest worry in content creation is that we can't get new content creators. Me means Robia. Me post the content now be dimatem say yes that me do papa atem ye be contok. I'm getting engagement. You are using your time. You are just there. I will insult you till tomorrow morning. You will come and give me engagement. Before betting now 1 million. I will check me sika now $1,000. And you will sika.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's a trick. We are growing on social media, but there are things that we will never understand.
People don't really know that engagement also counts. So sometimes they think they are lashing you in your comment section or whatever. They don't know that those engagements, they are also counting.
Yes.
Because those engagements will let people go and watch the video more. And one thing as well, you see, when people don't have personality, regarding skits and comedians now, it is very hard for people to follow you. Sometimes personality really counts a lot. Well, personality will draw people to you, will draw people to come and watch whatever that you're doing, whatever that you're posting. And also, I think we don't support ourselves very well, each other, and support the industry not that much. Like he said, jealousy is true. I've never met him, but for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
We just need to love ourselves and support each other. Ghana and Nigeria fights, we will always call, we always challenge each other. But I think in everything that you do, just focus on it. Just be you, do you. Don't watch what others are saying. Don't watch what somebody is saying, But most of all is the personality for me. Me, all the video, but and your personality is not attracting me. I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay.
That is me. So personality really counts in everything that you do.
I think these days, most comedians are trying to build some kind of, they're already building their brand, but they are trying to put some kind of personality in them. Like when you mention some comedians like Obi, we know the kind of personality. Let's see, even when you come to the everyday TikTokers that we see, you see that they have some kind of personality that differentiates or distinguishes them from each other. Yeah, I think that is also important. So you don't get lost in it.
I always get into issues with People don't understand. Like I started comedy not long ago. I don't know how God did it for me, that I'm so content with myself as of now. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to impress. I don't want to do anything. But I get into fights a lot with people when they have a conversation, and then, like, sorry to say, like when you said Obi is trying to, Obi has a, is trying to build. Okay. So me, if it was radio, Obi started years. Me say, Ray, you don't know what struggle we've been through. When I started comedy, I had never seen a peswa from comedy. We were walking from one place to the other, begging people that we want to use their places for rehearsal. We were begging to sleeping in the same room together just because we want to learn, to up and down, to performing without money, to performing with money and issues and all of that. No. Now they say I drew baby. Oh sorry, Anapa. Me, I spend all the money I'm getting in my life is dollars. I don't spend cedi. I don't earn in cedis. So, of course, say I feel like I'm getting it, and I'm getting enough to be able to save and do other projects. When people talk about comedy brands, I wanted them to actually understand that comedy has way past certain level. But just that, the problem is, I can't keep fighting people like our conversation like this. I can't fight people. I can only fight the media houses, because what are they doing for us? They are those who are supposed to project us so that we get to that level. You understand? We have to get to somewhere. But sometimes, aside media houses, your biggest issue, let me ask you a question. Is it always that when an artist drops a song, the problem is from the artist?
No.
Is it always? Is it always that when you drop a content or a comedy content, the problem is from you? Is it always?
No.
So I say, it is psychic in your mind. Right now, when him said Black Sheriff is dropping songs, we have psychic our mind. This is the superstar of the country. We love him so much. He's the best. We don't even have to listen to the lyrics or try dot cry a bit. Until maybe at 10 years time, then you begin to, hey, now you're Black Sheriff the boy. Hey, now you made it. You made it. Yeah, maintain it. Now, what psychic you are doing? The person already.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But we want to listen to songs like Sarkodie dropping. Hey, up to now with Sarkodie's brand, wherever it has gotten to, Sarkodie dropping your movie because I'm going to say you go to stage, you want to perform, somebody is standing behind. Hey, now when I just said people don't go to events, or they don't download songs, or they don't, I want to listen and be happy. No. I want to go to the show and be happy. No. I want to go and see if they are funny.
They are funny.
Do you understand? So most of the time, but my tears is for the young ones. Because to get that strong attitude and be able to get through these people, man, it's wild. It's crazy.
You guys are doing great jobs. I watched skits from the various comedians that we have, and it cracks me up a lot. I can stay here and then be laughing like I'm here with someone, but I'm just looking on my phone, Yeah. So viewers, this is still being the Real Talks podcast. I'm here with comedian Waris and Miss Maya. We've been talking about the comedy industry. Yeah, I gonna ask comedian one last question, and then we will bring it to an end. Comedian, if I will ask, how do you see the future of the industry?
It will be well. It will be well. For my future is secured. It's in the hands of God. But the future of the industry is definitely going to be well. We are trying to build comedians who will be able to withstand the system. And when I say the system, the violence of the system, because beneath a on a rare hono or braduma heading, wapon juma or drain ho. Now will be to her, say my venue comedy no will be in sre. Now the frustration, kwasia, yesterday, when Jimmy Anna, or mechanic, maybe Nipana or no person please you. Do you understand? So because of that, when you are doing content, myself for instance, when I'm doing content, people get to me and they're like, yo, your comedy is not funny, you have to do it like Sabine News. They are all redirecting every comedian into being somebody that they wish they would become. Do you understand? So, who a new comedian now, bakra now, akume munye one share first 3 videos ye do atama unye biem. Who post here? Minimum you post here, no we do the data. After maybe 1 hour, no, I'll be feeling say you did not why should posting a content be an issue to you? You understand? I started content creation. It was so hard. I will never forget every bit of the process when I was starting. There were times we were being bashed. There were times we were, but I realized one thing. I will never stop doing things that will get me bashed.
That's good.
Because there are comedians in this country who do contents that are not funny, but they are not being bashed. If we are not there, you will never talk about us. Do you understand? So for me, I surprisingly, that is where my heart day. I just they feel so happy about it. Anytime I see say my content they go with somebody right now, if I go diss somebody for Facebook, I won't make it can't reply. Make we all go back and forth. Make the video go high. Yeah, of course. Because Ray, as I did here, somebody just dashed me this. Okay. For work I do for December with myself and I make my mind say I no go charge. Where that work I do, as I go post them, as I get money from the views, the son can't give me money on top. Why I no go talk say me I be content with my life? I for always worry. I have to always do what they don't want and sometimes do what they want. It's boring when you are always creating funny content and they always, it's boring. There is no name. May say you have a discussion to discuss about me anytime, but for me in my heart, I know what I'm doing.
Very controversial.
But but within last year, getting to December, from July to December, you can never mention any comedian who trended more than me in Ghana. The videos, me possible 20 content, me now go viral. You understand? So, Ray, the future of comedy, this is one thing I say, we don't know whose son would feel like he wants to be a comedian. So, and you can't control the system. The violence, in as much as we don't want it, and also the mass system no yeden, and then the fear no be careful. So the future of Ghana comedy is in safe hands. It's something that we would always deliver. Me walk around me babe comedy. Because I know how much I earn when I do comedy. You understand? So me babe comedy. Me yere kra me ware na me pe kwan a me twetwa ne video nkaka na me posti. Because I want people to know certain things. Aside that, I have this thing I keep preaching. I talk about this thing always. Comedy is a very good weapon, okay? There are people who don't understand comedy. Comedy is a deep weapon, it's a big weapon. It's a weapon that nobody has ever imagined. If you are in a marriage, if you are in an abusive relationship, if you are at work where you are being abused and all of that, there is a nice way you can either use love to win or comedy to win.
Yeah.
All the beefs in this country, whenever there is fight, because I'm saying when they win a fight, and if you as nigga, because we are obeying no comedy or they obey Jimmy. When you are yeah, no, the comedy. No,
comedy.
So I feel like we should pay attention to comedy. Comedy teaches a lot. It says a lot. There are so many videos of comedy and how you can use it to maneuver whenever you are going through something. That is the biggest thing that people have to learn in future about comedy, so that you don't get stranded, feel bad about your life. No.
I think health-wise, it's even therapy for you. Yeah,
it's therapy and it builds confidence. Lately when you look into the system, will be or say like a sickler. You say ni ticket see tumor. But obey video say comedy. Amanfo besre. Ono so besre. Obi oni confidence or shotingu or the shots no be kwame ahimfie say, those days they were teasing them until it became comedy. Do you understand? So it's growing, it's changing. If they tease you and you feel bad about yourself, when you meet them, tease yourself to them.
Nice.
Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, so we've been talking a lot. I think we've gotten to understand certain things and then learn certain things as well. Median, you have some last words for us?
This is not my last words. I'm not dying yet.
For the show.
For the show, I just want to. It's going on YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. I want to use your platform to tell the world that, you see, being a comedian, I've gotten to understand certain things. In as much as it's just online, there are days where we would be around or we would be no more. It's either you would go and watch or other people will stumble on it. We are telling them that there is peer pressure in the system. They should take their time. Those days, people used to take cigarettes and we separately. There is pressure in the system. People are being brainwashed. Our leaders are no more doing the social responsibilities that they do before, where preaching about don't smoke, don't do this. It's no more. And people are getting brainwashed. It's all through life, poverty. Obi o ni baby obe rent nti okoda na dan for fie 1 2 no share no nso age ahye na eno anu ohia no. But don't let it lead you into it. I'm just talking to the youth. I've said this over and over again. The boys, these are my last words. It has been on every big platform, every TV station, every radio station. Don't let anybody deceive you. Smoking, drinking, take your time. If you are 30 years, 26 years, please, before we are 30, we know there are no good friends, there are no bad friends. Anywhere you pass, the friends you have, they are the same friends. Make sure that you focus on your life, make money. There is money everywhere. Smoking, Monteso, and no.
Nice. Thank you, comedian. Yeah, it's been a wonderful show. I'm very glad that you actually came because we've got to know a lot about comedy. Yeah. So lovely, cherished viewers. This is the Raters podcast, and it's available, like I always say, on the Amazon Music. It's available on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, and then Google Podcast. You can check out the links on my bio, and then connect on whichever platform that you want to connect on. I want to thank you all for coming, Miss Maya, comedian, and thank you to the viewers as well. We'll see you all next time. Thank you for being a part of this episode of the Ray Talks podcast. Kindly support us by subscribing and sharing to family and friends. See you next time.